move on to our next speaker, and y'all gear up because this is a story of all stories. I had the pleasure of meeting this beautiful, amazing soul at one of our director dashes, which is awesome. Guys, whenever you can get to a director dash or any live event for that matter, live events definitely create leaders, and she can share more about that. But I know that Stefanie Fields is a platinum director one. That means she's doing over 3,000 sales in her customer pod, which is about $1,000 a month right there, you guys. Like, I mean, if you know 20 to 30 people that want to lose a few pounds, and think about it, there's, freaking 8 billion people on the planet. There's 3 billion people on Facebook, and I guarantee you 99.9% of them want to lose a few pounds. So, again, just who can you serve? Who can you help? But she's also got an amazing team. She's crushing it on both sides of the comp plan. Over 3,000 points in her customer pod, over 12,000 points, team points. I know she's a mama of 2 boys, a gal after my own heart, being a boy mom out there. So, Stefanie, are you there, hun?
Yes, I am.
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good. I'm nervous, but I'm here, and we're going to do this.
Hey, do it scared, girlfriend. Do it scared. And you know what? We're just going to have a conversation back and forth here. And, like I said, there are no accidents in life, and everyone is here for a reason and a purpose. So, Stefanie, let's do this. Let's start with the Cliff Notes version of your story. What you used to do prior to this industry. I always love for people to hear people's backgrounds because there's always so many. Everybody has such varied backgrounds, so it's not like, oh, only these people are successful at this. So what you used to do, what you do, how you got here, what you're excited about. It was so fun seeing you. I don't even remember which director dash was that. Was it Florida or was that Texas?
Dallas.
So we got to. Okay, it was Dallas. Okay, I know I got to chat with you and got to hear your story and have been really excited about you sharing it with everybody else. So let's do that. Let's just start with like I said, the Cliff Notes version of your story, what you used to do, what you do, how you got here, and let's go from there.
Alrighty. Well, my name is Stefanie. I live in Southern California. I am a mom of 2 boys. My oldest son is 21. He's married. Him and his wife are both in the Navy, and they're stationed in Virginia Beach. My younger son is 12, about to be 13 in November, and I have been married to my amazing husband for almost 14 years. When my firstborn son was around 4 or 5 years old, I was working 2 jobs in, retail and customer service. I was totally stressed out. And at one point, I did something that I shouldn't have. I started hanging around the wrong crowd of people. And as embarrassing as this is for me to admit, I wind up getting in a world of trouble. I am now a 2-time felon, which that actually blows a lot of people's minds. And I have done time in jail on multiple occasions. But after all that was said and done, I honestly felt like my life was over because I said to myself, Stefanie, like, what are you seriously going to do now? Because nobody is going to want to hire a felon. I mean, they're just not. And then fast forward to 2011, I got pregnant with my second son, and I wind up going into labor at 28 weeks pregnant. My water broke, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be having this baby for another 3 months. I wind up having to have an emergency C-section, and he had to stay in the NICU for about 3 months, which was really rough for me because I couldn't bring him home with me. I had to go up to the NICU every day and see him in a little box. So it was very emotional for me. And when he was almost 3 years old, my world shattered yet again. On June 2nd, 2014, my mom passed away right in front of me on my living room floor. I literally broke down. I lost it. I had to go on anxiety medicine for a couple of years. I had got like PTSD from it. And about a month later, I actually wind up telling my husband, I was like, we need to move because I can't handle living here anymore. because every time I walk through my living room, I just see her laying there, and I can't do it. So we wind up moving about 35, 40 minutes away into a new place, which we lived in from about 2014 to 2018. And then in 2018, I got a phone call from my landlord saying he was selling the place and we had to go. We had 60 days to get out. We literally had nowhere to go. I mean, it's not easy to just get a call and then you're told, oh, hey, you only have 60 days to get out. You got to go. And we actually wound up becoming homeless. So from 2018 to 2021, we were homeless as a family, going from hotel to hotel, having to get help from the government, from churches, help centers, so like everywhere. And then, gosh, in February of 2021, life knocked me down again, which I was sadly becoming used to. I had to have all of my teeth removed, and it left me with 0 teeth in my mouth. And that's been a whole story, because here I am 3 years later, and I still don't have any teeth in my mouth. But a few weeks after that happened, we finally got a new place. We moved in. It was not in a good area at all, but at the time it's what we could do, and it was better than being homeless. And at that point, I had honestly hit my heaviest weight ever. I hit 300 pounds. I found out I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was pre-diabetic. I had a fatty liver. I was constantly struggling to breathe, to the point where I couldn't walk from one room in my house to another without getting out of breath. I couldn't go up and down stairs. And it got so bad for me that when I would bend over to tie my shoe, I was out of breath. And I'm like, yo, this should not be happening. I should not be getting out of breath by simply bending over to tie my shoe. Like, I had truly hit rock bottom. I mean, I said enough is enough. Like, I can't live like this no more. I mean, at that time, my husband was like the sole provider. I was pretty much depending on him for everything. You know, when it came to holidays, birthdays, whatever, he would be giving me money. And in a sense, he was buying his own gifts, because I would take that money and go buy him something. And that's not a good feel. It was not a good feeling at all. But, you know, that was just a huge wake-up call for me. And again, I hit my breaking point. And I was one of those people that I tried everything to lose weight, like literally everything. I've been overweight since I was 12 years old. And I tried, struggled, and failed for over 20 years to lose weight. Like, nothing worked. I saw my primary care doctor. She said, oh, well, you tried everything. You know, your next option is gastric bypass. And I'm like, absolutely not going to happen. Yes, I'm a grown adult woman admitting that she was scared to have weight loss surgery. I mean, I know people have it. They're successful. But at the same token, I know people who have had it and they've gained their weight back or had complications, and I just did not want to put my body through that. So I told her no, and she's like, well, what are you going to do? And I said, honestly, I don't know. I said, but I want to try one more time on my own to lose weight, and if I can't do it, then we will have another conversation and go from there. So I went home that day. I started feeling sorry for myself. I kind of just isolated myself. I'm like, damn, Stefanie, what are you really going to do to lose weight? And I start scrolling through TikTok and got caught in a little scroll hold. And then little did I know in that moment, like, that was going to be the moment that changed my life forever. I came across my amazing upline, which I'm sure 99% of the people on this call right now know who Kayla Betts is. If you don't know who she is, you're probably living under a rock. But when I came across her live on TikTok, she was pouring this stuff on the famous spoon. And I'm like, what is this? It looks like pudding. And at the time when I came across her, she was down, I think, 120 pounds in 11 months. She said she didn't diet, exercise, didn't have no surgery. And in my brain, I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, there's no way that this lady dropped this much weight without diet or exercise. I'm like, there's no way. But I was at my breaking point, and I was willing to do whatever it took to be successful with weight loss. So I reached out to her. She told me about the system, and she told me that company offered 30-day empty bottle money-back guarantee. And I'm going to tell you what, as soon as I heard the words 30-day empty bottle money-back guarantee, I was like, say less. Take my money. Send me a link. Where do I order? I need it now. Because I'm like, you know what, if this stuff doesn't work for me, I can send it back, get my money back. I'm not really taking a loss here. So I wind up ordering like right then and there. And when I got my products in the mail, within my first week of using the products, my inches started melting away. Like I would go stand in front of the mirror and I'm looking at myself, and I would do a double take. I'm like, yo, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Like, am I shrinking already after my first week on these products? I'm like, did I finally found something that actually worked after over 20 years of failing to lose weight? So I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to keep going with this. So by the end of my first 30 days on the products, I had dropped about 15 pounds, a crap ton of inches. I lost a whole pant size. And I'm like, yeah, I think I found some. We're going to keep going. So, I started my second month. I kept I'm still shrinking at that point. And my husband's like, babe, you're like a walking billboard for this company. He's like, you already have a passion for helping people. Why don't you jump on the business, the business side of it? And I'm like, you know what, you got a point, because I do truly love helping people, but especially with something like this, because I genuinely understand the struggle of trying to lose weight, not having any confidence. And I wind up joining as a social marketer with an XM1 kit. And I loved it. And yes, for the longest time, and majority of the ladies on the team and Kayla, I was not coachable, like at all. I was stuck in my own ways. I would be told, given tips and kind of told what to do. And I'm thinking okay, I got this. Like, I can do it myself. I wasn't listening. And that's part of my mistake. She would always tell me go live, and I didn't want to go live. I was embarrassed at the fact that I have no teeth in my mouth. I didn't want to go on live and get teased and ridiculed and all that jazz. So I didn't go live for about 2 years, like at all. Wow. When I did first start going live, I would cover my face with a mask because I was embarrassed. And I've gone to almost every event since I've joined as a social marketer. But like I said, I was not coachable. I was not applying the things that I was learning at all. And that's super important, because I realized, I'm like, okay, I'm not applying what I'm learning. It's holding me back. And then one day I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to, I went live, and I've kind of been going live from there. And then at SRC this year, I went to SRC with a mask on, and everybody's like, take the mask off. Just take it off. Like, who cares about you having no teeth? If people want to talk, let them talk. So I took it off. And I've honestly kept the mask off ever since. And now in a little over 30 days, it'll be like 3 years since I've been a social marketer. The end of this month will be 3 years that I've been on what I call my self-love over 40 journey, because I am over 40. I have IBS. I'm going through premenopause. I have no gallbladder. But I am down 137 pounds so far.
Wow,
and
girl.
And in all honesty, like, I don't diet, like, at all. I don't count calories. I don't fast, like, none of that. I actually eat carbs all day, every day, due to me not having no teeth in my mouth, because I can't physically chew majority of your meats and proteins and vegetables, because I will choke. Like, I will literally choke. And So I'm eating foods like bread, pasta, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, bagels, and people are like, wait a minute, how are you losing weight and you're eating foods like that? And I'm like, I'm consistent with my products, and I drink half of my body weight in ounces of water every single day. And this has genuinely changed. I no longer have high blood pressure, no more high cholesterol. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I'm finally living my life. I'm no longer living like a hermit, staying in the house all the time. I'm finding me, and I'm gaining my confidence. Again, yes, I still don't have teeth in my mouth, but I'm actually working on that, and I'm excited to say that Monday I actually have a consultation for dental implants, which I am hoping goes well because I, like I said, I've been without teeth for 3 years, and I live in California, and I'm sure most people know California is expensive on so many levels. I mean, our gas is like $6 a gallon right now, but I'm hoping that this implant consultation goes well because, after Director Das in Dallas and conversating with you, and I had so many other conversations with other people, like something just clicked for me. And I just, I came back, I put my head down, and I just tried to run. I'm like, Stefanie, you need to apply what you've learned. You've been to way too many events to still be just barely hitting silver or stuff like that. I was very hard on myself. And then I just went to Director Dash in Baltimore and found out I had hit Director 1. Michelle Googe came up to me. She's like, congratulations, Director 1. And I'm like, wait, what? She's like, oh, my God, did you not know? I'm like, no. I'm like, the last time I looked in my back office, nothing was there. And she's like, no, you hit Director 1 a couple hours ago. And I was like, oh, my, I literally cried. But I will say that, not only this company and these products have not only changed my life physically, emotionally, but they have changed my life financially because now I'm not solely dependent on my husband. He's not paying all the bills. I can contribute now. I can randomly take my younger son, do something for him. He's a gamer. That stuff is expensive. He's asking for stuff every day on that Xbox. But I can go to the gas station now and get gas in my car without having to be counting coins in my cup holder. I can just go swipe my card and I'm good to go. I don't have to go into a store anymore and check my balance and worry if my card's going to decline. This company and these products have truly, truly changed my life.
Wow. Stefanie, I love this so much, girl. And, we always, John always says you can be from Yale or jail. And, you're just such an example, girl, of, that your past does not equal your future. And, we can decide at any moment to turn the ship around, and to create a completely different and amazing life. And the fact that you are down 137 pounds, the fact that, being a 2-time felon, being homeless, all the things that you've gone through to be who you are today and where you are. And we always say, it's who you become in the process, and watching you grow and watching who you're becoming. It's the reason I do what I do for the last 28 years. And girl, you're inspiring so many people. You really are. And one of the biggest things that I think I want to just kind of reiterate what you said is, it's not what people always think, I need to learn more. So it's not what you don't know that's typically holding you back. It's what you know that you're not doing. And Absolutely. So I love that you realized, I know what to do. I'm just not doing it. And I'm glad that you made a decision to really start applying and taking action. So is there anything else that you want to share with these guys before we head to our last speaker for the day?
I would just say, number one, which some of the ladies on the team would probably, because like I said, be coachable, because that was my first mistake, is not being coachable. Take advice from your teammates. I mean, I have a lot of amazing teammates that are absolutely dominating this business and these leaderboards, like Camille Cohen, Cordisha McCrae, Kia Perryman, of course, my upline, Kayla Betts, and I get to learn from these ladies and, kind of see what they're doing. So definitely be coachable, apply what you've learned, go live, which is funny coming from me because I didn't for the longest, but going live really does help. It puts you and your story out there, and just definitely keep sharing your story, because you never know who could be going through the same thing as you and who you could be inspiring or helping. Because I will say that 99% of my new customers from last month are women over 40 going through menopause just like me, and they were thankful that they caught me on live and heard my story, because they're like, oh my gosh, we're going through like the same things.
Yeah. Well, I love that, girl. Well, keep doing you, girl. Keep crushing it. I'm so proud of you, and keep inspiring people, because you are such an inspiration. So thanks, girl. Keep crushing. All right, babe.
Thank you.
All right, well, our last speaker. Yes, absolutely, honey.